good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man, Solace. I'm out here on the land, doing what I always do. Quiet that knowledge. Don't let the cigarette lose you, you know. Wise men do unhealthy things sometimes. It's just all in the life. But don't get lost. I want to do this video for y'all on the Satan story. I want to break that down for y'all so y'all can grasp, because that is a story used as a guide for men, and how a man can be disconnected from the life, meaning all the living life within the life. A man can become disconnected from that in his own creations that are not life, and then he becomes lost in his own creations and images and symbols and things that he creates, and the definitions that he gives to these things means more to him than what is acknowledged by the life. Meaning symbols and signs are not acknowledged by anything in life but man, because men made them. The life didn't make them, and no other living things in the life live by that means. So we must understand this. Now, the story of Satan is deep, because it breaks down a lot. It basically, let me cop me a squat. I'm about to chill out here for a little while today. So, what it does is, the story of Satan. Let me give you the whole breakdown of Satan. You basically have Satan, he's the enlightened one, according to the story. But it's truly just a story to explain how any man can become lost. So God created Satan first of all. Satan had more knowledge than anything in the universe besides God, the mighty all. Satan became full of himself and believed in himself as the creator, knowing that he didn't create the life. So he is not in a state to say what is or what isn't. But Satan got full of pride and felt like, yo, I know more than any man or anything in the universe. So being as though I know more than anything in the universe, and there's truly nothing for me to answer to, because the mighty all doesn't work in a dominion way where you have to answer to it. You just have to understand it. So any man can become lost like Satan, being as though there's truly no one to answer to. So when Satan became so full of knowledge and there was no one else that could truly challenge him, then he began to make his own way and his own laws and say that he pretty much is above others. So when you hear in the Satan story, it says that God demanded Satan bow to Adam. And Satan said, I'm not bowing to Adam. I was created before him. I was made of fire. He made of clay. It is deep, because a man should never be too full or high of himself to give praise to anything that is living. Meaning, you could bow to a baby, but not in a sense of this baby is God and I am worshiping it. In a sense of I humble myself to this baby because it's life also. I have to treat it the same as anything that is life, because nothing truly holds any dominion over anything unless the thing lets it. So this is how Satan became lost, and those that followed him became lost also. So when you hear Satan was kicked down to earth, this is what they mean. He was disconnected from the life. Now, don't think physically, oh, he was disconnected from the life and he lived in his own dimension. But no, he's still in the life with everything in the universe the same way we are, except he is disconnected from what the life shows and what all things in the life acknowledge. He is on his own course now, where he is the divine one, and those who follow him, they hold him up in high regards, like as if he is a god or something. And then he becomes puffed up and full of himself. And this is how men become in the life. So when Satan was thrown down into hell, it's just symbolic to basically mean that he drifted off on his own course of knowledge And the things he created and made within the life that weren't actually living. See, everything is born. Nothing created itself. Everything you see that is living, it was born. Whether you put a seed in the ground and it blossoms, born. The normal way of something coming into being. No one created that or themselves. All living things just reproduce. But the mighty all, which is the life, is what created the whole system of how the life works and is able to reproduce. Now, when a man disconnects from that, he begins to live different than what the things that are living acknowledge. Meaning, no animal or living plant or any living life knows of a Bible or a Quran. Only men who follow this know this. So this is only a man's thing. It is nothing of any true knowledge on a universal level. Meaning a bird dog cannot understand the Bible or the Quran. But a bird, dog, man, any living life can understand the life if he is looking and observing how everything in the life moves and shares the same things. So you have men now, they say the black woman is God. And this is only because the mighty all doesn't challenge anyone. He is the life. He doesn't have to. You can do what you want, but you cannot escape the life. So a man can puff himself up and say, I am God, or this is God. But that man will die. And he will know in that instance that he is not God. Because if you were the creator, then you wouldn't die. Grasp that. If you were the creator, when you die, you would recreate yourself like you did in the beginning. So you would actually never die, because the moment that you do, you just recreate yourself. And no one has that power. Nothing has that power except for the life, the mighty all. So we must grasp that. Power, dominion, these things hold no reverence in the life in a whole. This is just things that men created, their systems, to enslave other things in the life so that they can acquire more than others. So it's truly a simple thing. And when a man does this, he becomes blind to truth and acquiring knowledge, because he holds himself at that pinnacle. So he is unable to receive any truth. If I come along and tell a man, no, brother, the black woman is not God and neither are you. The mighty all, the life is God. He will not grasp that, because he has already told himself, I am God. And this is how that works. Now, is he truly God? No. And everyone in the life will know this when he dies. So it is truly a deep thing. We must grasp. We are all equal. All life is equal. Once one thing is held at more high reverence than another, scales are unbalanced, and true universal knowledge is lost. And this is truly where men are today. They don't know what God is. You have people of so many times, in so many different time periods, speaking of God in this way or that way, that men have become lost in the understanding of what is God, failing to realize that is something men made up. The mighty all is what they were trying to explain, which is the life that all living things share and reside in. This is why I always break down, you have microscopic life living within you, so that you can grasp you are the mighty all to that life within you. But outside of that, there's more life that even you live in. The solar systems, they are bigger beings than we are, but they still live within the universe also, which is a bigger life. So all life lives within a life that is in the life as a whole. And there are no words and symbols to grasp the true understanding of the mighty all, which men broke down into being a God. So you must grasp this. Anyone who is chasing for power or dominion will learn that it is not a true or universal thing, because all men who have power eventually lose it and someone else comes into power. Why does this happen? Because power and dominion is not real. It is something that man created. Anything that man creates, it does not last because it is not divine, meaning it is not of the life. It is something he created in it. So we must all understand when Solace speaks, I'm not bashing people or trying to hurt people's feelings. People are puffed up, failing to realize the nothingness they are speaking. And we just have so much pride that the word nothingness hurts. So if you tell a man you're speaking nothingness, which is nothing, that will make him feel bad. And he will say, you insulted me, you're disrespecting me. Mind you, all I said was nothingness, and nothingness is nothing. So there's truly nothing for you to be upset about. But we just have to get to a level. I need people to raise up and get to a level that I am at, because swords must be sharpened, meaning knowledge. Knowledge must be sharpened against other knowledge for a man to raise himself up. Meaning, if you hear my words and you teach and you know deep within, yeah, this brother's way past the level I'm on, but I have many followers. So fuck all that. I'll watch him, but I ain't got the whatever. This is where men are. We must understand that is not the way. Because in you doing that, then I don't know that you're actually acquiring knowledge. See, I could be using you to sharpen my sword. And in that, you will sharpen yours. But as of now, I'm figuring everyone's low. And no one has any knowledge because of the things that are said. And the things that are said are the things that men feed their family off. So it's a deep thing. Man feeds his family off a certain word or a certain slogan. So now it is hard for that man to speak truth for thoughts that he may lose the following, which is what's feeding his family. And it's a deep thing. We must make choice. Are we going to spread truth? Or are we going to spread what we thought was truth and didn't realize it wasn't, but we already acquired many things off that lie? So most men will stay with that lie. But in that, knowledge is lost because you're unable to sharpen your sword with anyone that is following you. So it's a deep thing. We have to understand. Most of us are walking around in our Satan. Meaning, we think men are other men, are gods, or hold true knowledge. This is why someone always speaks of a symbol, which men made. Books about gods, but the men made the books. So we must truly start to grasp this. When you're pulling for knowledge in the things you are saying, if it is a rebuttal of something that a man said, wrote, made, symbolized, then you truly hold no knowledge. All you have done is begun to worship a man. Are men. And we must understand this happens all the time in the life. You figure the first men who became civilized, they were probably looked at as gods to those who were here. Not gods, but just given so much reverence and respect for the things that they brought into the life, their creations, technology, things of this nature. Over thousands of years, these men begin to be looked at as gods once they're gone. And this is why you have so many different gods. Because there is really truly no God. There's only the life, which is the mighty all. And all living things reside within that life. And we must learn to respect and value the life. Because the life is all you have, being as though you are life. So to damage a tree is to damage yourself. Because what the tree breathes out is what you breathe in, and that is what sustains you. To damage a tree, that tree brings forth fruit, which you eat, which sustains you. So to damage a tree so that you can make something that is only of use to a man is disrespectful to the life. So we must grasp the things that Solace says. Yes, ancient Egyptians made signs and symbols and ankhs, but that doesn't mean anything in the life. If I give an ankh to a lion will do nothing with it. Because All living things have no acknowledgement to anything that is not living. You must grasp this. If you give an iPhone to any animal, they will destroy it. It holds no reverence to them in life. It is useless in them acquiring any knowledge. The only thing a lion can acquire off an iPhone is the things that men speak of and do, which won't help a lion in acquiring knowledge of the mighty all and the life that it is in. So we must grasp this. How do I know the things I know? Because I am on a level with the life. That's simple. When you remove yourself from men and the things they made and say, and you understand, hold up, men only speak. All other living life doesn't communicate that way. Men write books. All other life doesn't write. They see. So we must grasp. Your book is the life. You must look. A tree is writings in the book of life. If you can understand a tree, there lies knowledge you have acquired that is truth and good for any questions you may have in life. If you have questions on how childbirth works, if you understand how a tree comes forth from the seed being planted, then you can understand how a man's seed is planted into a woman's eggs, and the egg is likened to a seed. The woman is likened to the earth because that is where that is developing at. In understanding a seed, you can understand that the sperm is the spirit. It lies in all life in some way, form, or fashion. So you must grasp. You can learn anything. Science, all these things. Math, it came from a man dealing with the life and the things he's seen in the life that is living. And then he created things to explain that to men. And the things he created to explain life to men were not living things, so men got lost in grasping. Ooh, Solace is so deep. Sometimes when I speak, I say, God damn, will they grasp what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say I'm simple, and I am. Everything I break down is simple, but it's the complex that I am breaking down simple because I grasp it so much. It's almost like I'm the mighty all. And don't get lost in ego, because I am not saying I am the mighty all. I'm saying the way I understand the life, I feel likened to the mighty all, because it is the mighty all's life. So nothing will understand the life more than the life. Y'all do not live with the life. Y'all live with the things men created in the life. You live in your house. You don't live on the land. You could watch TV on the land. You could put a bed and sleep on the land, receiving energy from the life. You go to sleep in your house. You take a nap in your house. You watch television in your house. You're blocked off from the life in doing that. A man who sleeps outside is awakened by the spirit. When the sun rises, he is getting that energy from the sun. You don't get that because you're inside your house. We live backwards. We live enclosed in men's creations as opposed to living in the life as living things are supposed to. It's your main man Solace, man. They out here eating me up. I'm gonna acquire me some more knowledge like I always do. I was watching a video with the brother Yada, and I was impressed, man. He didn't say the black woman was God not once in the video. He said he was God, but you know, that's better than that at least. You must pull for yourself and acquire knowledge in yourself. So I shared this video because because I was proud that seems as if he is acquiring some type of, or pulling for some type of truth as opposed to just saying anything. But I do want to tell him, because I like Yachty. He's a cool guy. In a sense of, even if I feel like a man is lost in his teachings, I don't look to judge a man as what he teaches. I look to judge a man in his actions and how he carries himself and how he treats people. So that's how I move to judge a person. What you know is irrelevant. How you feel is what's what. So he feels good, but I just wanted to tell him, he is not God. I am no one's God. It's just like he said in his own video. I am made of the same things that all things in the life are made of. Even the life. So that makes me God. And that is true, everything he said. But in understanding that, then you must understand that there is no God. If everything is made of the same stuff, then everything is held at equal reverence. Meaning there is no dominion amongst anything in the life. So nothing in the life needs to call itself God. To feel dominion or to even feel free from the enslavement of there being a God. You must do away with that. There's only the living and the mighty all, which is the life that all living things live in. And nothing holds dominion over anything. So there's no real true need for the word God. We can do without that. It is reaching for dominion. No knowledge will be acquired in dominion. So everything the brother Yada said was right in the video. If you go back and watch the video, he didn't say anything wrong in the video. I go with everything he said in the video. My only thing that I can't go with, because it will shut me off from acquiring knowledge, is to acknowledge the part where he said he was God. I mean, I get why he said it, to basically let the minister know that the God you are speaking of is nothing. It is made up. So I grasp. But still, in a sense, in saying that, because sometimes I say I'm God, king, and shit like that, knowing that the word God means nothing. Words are just things that men made up so that they can understand each other. And then this is why men don't understand the life, because they're more concerned with understanding each other. But we just must understand, man, we must give everything its reverence, but not in a dominion or praising way, just in an acknowledging way. That is life. That is love. Oh boy. So it's so simple. Hopefully everybody start to grasp and stop thinking Solace came to cause trouble or to get men riled up. Men will rile themselves up no matter what. So just understand, Solace didn't come for that. Solace came to basically bring peace and unity amongst the people, and the only way to do that is to give people knowledge that they can grasp. So this is why I come, but I'm no pushover, no pussy, so you can't expect me to come in that way with a hoodie on, with my hands tucked in my sleeves like a monk, speaking gentle and humble. I don't do that. The men that I am speaking to are not gentle, humble men, and I'm not either. So I come as I come. Those who grasp will grasp. Those who are too stuck in the ego will not. But it is all in the balance, so it will be what it be. Man, that bird is beautiful. Man, y'all have a good day, man.